All right, chat. So I know I told you guys that I was pretty much done talking about Pancho. And I was telling the truth when I said that. I was genuinely done talking about Pancho with my last video. But having said that, as you guys know, I challenged Pancho to a debate, right? I challenged him to a debate because he has some very strong feelings about trans issues, right? And obviously, like, I strongly disagree with him, okay? I strongly disagree with him on his takes on trans people. He seems to think trans people are delusional. And by providing trans people access to gender-affirming care, we are, quote, feeding into their delusion. He also seems to think that the studies in support of trans people and trans people having access to gender-affirming care, he seems to think that those studies are, quote, biased because they were all done by, according to him, a lesbian woman. He was referring to Judith Butler, who, by the way, if you watched my last video, you would know he claims that she did all the studies, and for some reason, because she's gay, that would make her biased in her studies. But as we now know, when we looked into it, she didn't do any studies. She's a philosopher who wrote books, all right? She didn't do any transgender studies. So I don't know where he's hearing that she, quote, did all the studies, but he was wrong. And not only that, but we also saw that insane clip of him literally JQing the origins of trans people. Like, it's fucking nuts, all right? In any case, I obviously disagree with his opinion on trans issues, okay? So I challenged him to a debate, and as you guys know, I'll actually bring it up so you guys can see it in case some of you guys may have missed it. I challenged him to a debate, and he turned me down. He said that he wasn't interested in doing a debate. He said he didn't see the value in having a debate with me because he was never going to be able to change my mind. And he's probably right. He wasn't going to change my mind on anything. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even say he's probably right. He's definitely right, okay? He was not going to be able to change my mind. But let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see. So I did indeed reach out to him to try to set up a debate. This is the DM. I'll go ahead and I'll read it again in case you guys missed it. Hello, Pancho. I was wondering if you'd like to come on my stream and have a conversation sometime. It seems we have very different opinions on transgender issues, and I thought it might be interesting if we could talk about it. Let me know if you're interested, and we can set up a time and date. I also left a comment on his most recent YouTube video at the time, telling him I'm down to have a convo. If you're interested, hit me up, okay? So I made a good faith effort to try and reach out to him and have a conversation, and he didn't want to do that. In fact, this was his response to me trying to have that conversation with him.
Been called a lot of things today here on Twitter, which have been just nothing but lolcow shit. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. I don't want to entertain the retard shit too much if we're keeping it all the way real. So you see,
he calls it retard shit, chat.
As many of you know, I am retarded.
Oh, God.
See the title. I'll just keep it short and sweet. They've been calling me a Nazi on Twitter, which makes no fucking sense.
It makes perfect sense. You literally JQ'd the origins of transgender people. How does it not make... It makes perfect sense to me.
I mentioned in my response to Tipster how it was convenient and weird and strange that the owner of an institute that created the idea of transgenderism happened to be
Thanks
Jewish.
for the money, you fucking simp.
Oh my God.
Sadagate donated 34 New Zealand dollars.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I used to respect Pancho, but when he started being transphobic I unsubscribed and was like, screw this, I'm out. Thank goodness I found your first vid on him, otherwise I'd be brainwashed, so now I respect the tips.
Thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, like, I've had conversations with Pancho before. He seemed like a pretty nice guy or whatever. I don't know what happened. Like, he went on hiatus from content creation for a while. And when he came back, he was like this. Like, I guess he got red pilled or something, like, in between that time. But I don't know. Like, he's just not the same person anymore.
Just pointed it out. I said in the stream, I'm just giving you guys the information. You guys can look this up for yourself. And yeah, now I'm a Nazi. And now they want to debate me after calling me a Nazi and transphobic and hateful. So it's like, I already know I can't change their mind because they're so bought into this mental illness and delusion not being one.
All right, so anyway, I'm not going to go ahead and watch the rest of this. We've already covered this in my previous video, but he basically turned down my invite for a debate. One thing I do find funny, though, chat, I actually want to bring this up. So we did a premiere of the previous coverage I did of him on stream, and he coped so hard because his chat kept telling him about me doing this premiere, and his chat kept mentioning me. And like, okay, chat, a lot of these like people's argument right now is that like I'm like irrelevant. And to be fair, my channel's kind of pretty fucking dead right now, to be fair, right? But like, I'm so irrelevant that I got under the skin of a creator who has like, what does he have? Like 1.4 million subs, right? 1.8 million subs, 83 million, 1.83 million subs, chat. I'm so irrelevant that I got under the skin of a guy who has 1.83 million subs. Holy shit, man. But yeah, he was like literally coping because his chat wouldn't stop talking about me. I'm supposedly irrelevant, but I got under Pancho's skin so much he's literally begging his chat to stop talking about me. You ducked the debate because you know you can't defend your position on trans issues and got outed as a literal Nazi. Fucking cope. Oh shit! So let's go ahead and let's actually take a look at this. Let's look at the clip because I found this funny. That he literally was like begging his chat, just stop talking about this guy.
Something they call sunshine.
I'm looking at chat. This is the last time I'm gonna bring this fucker up, bro. This fat hunk of shit. I got people talking in the chat saying, Tipster's using you for attention. Have you seen Tipster's live title? Bro, why are y'all even looking?
Thanks for the money, you fucking simp.
Thank you.
Moose donated $5. Rumors of your channel's death are greatly exaggerated.
True! Very, very true. I think what, today's stream, we peaked at like 350 viewers, which for me, that's pretty good. That's pretty much what I averaged pretty much throughout my entire streaming career. At max, like around 350 people usually is my average. So I think I'm doing okay. All things considered, I think I'm doing just fine.
Fuck do y'all even care? Bro, we breezed past him. Right? We already know what's up with...
Literally begging his chat to stop talking about me. Literally begging his chat to stop talking about me.
We already know what's up with Tipster. Homeboy's a Redditor. He's a Discord mod. He's 36.
My opinions, chat, completely invalid because I'm 36 years old.
36, bro. Why are we even talking about him? Couldn't tell you. But you guys are in chat talking about him. Only reason he's even a topic here on the channel is because he had a problem with my video. So.
Units. Israeli murderers are...
Chat, he's literally coping, begging, seething, molding, and begging his chat to stop talking about me.
You are coping.
He's tired of seeing my name in chat. He's tired of hearing about me. For the love of God, if you happen to be watching this, Pancho viewers, please stop mentioning me in Pancho's chat. He doesn't want to hear about me anymore. Please, for the sake of your idol, stop talking about me. He doesn't want to hear about me anymore, chat. He doesn't want to hear about it. He doesn't want to hear about it, chat. By the way, thank you for that membership, Maddie Kitten. I do appreciate it. All right, chat. So, Pancho, he ducked my debate, but a debate did happen with Pancho. It wasn't with me, but a debate did happen with Pancho, okay? So, we're going to take a look at this debate, chat. This debate was done by Bunk and also features Bunk's friend Synth for a little bit. So, we're going to take a look at this. So without further ado,
play that shit!
Here we go.
Thanks everyone. So the video you're about to watch is the recording of me and my best friend Dakota, or Synth, I call them by both names in this video, absolutely mowing down the people in Pancho's Discord server, both Pancho and his fans on their
Now I will say this, I'm not going to watch this entire video because like most of the video is like them debating Pancho's fans, like a bunch of like kids who think they know what they're talking about because they've been like parroted like retarded shit from Pancho. Like it's so funny how like so many of these people want to talk about like indoctrinating kids and shit like that, but like this guy is literally teaching children in his audience how to be transphobic, right? Like you literally will hear that in this video. I'm not going to play that part. We're going to skip to the part where it's, you know, Pancho showing up in the call, but like literal kids saying like really fucked up transphobic shit because they heard their idol Pancho say it. Moose in the chat says you can't really fault the kids in the Discord. I mean, they should know better, but it's really on Pancho, to be honest. Yeah, 100%. They're literally parroting what they hear from Pancho. So you're absolutely right. And they're kids, right? Their brains are like, they're young and impressionable. So yeah, I totally know what you mean.
Go for the bait.
I don't watch you at all. What are you talking about?
So my understanding is this is Synth talking right here. So here we go.
In the Discord.
I'm in the Discord because somebody else sent me an invite. Noah sent me an invite. Noah can tell you. I've never seen your videos. I don't know anything about you. Do you think that trans people are delusional? I don't know.
Gotcha. I didn't know. My fault.
Damn, Synth coming in hot.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah, your fault. Now go ahead and answer my question.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Honestly,
look, if you want to be aggressive and dickish, people are going to be aggressive and dickish back. So go ahead and answer the question. Do you think trans people are delusional? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the false belief?
What's the false belief? Their own gender?
What do you think when a trans person says something like "I'm a woman"? What do you think she means by that?
I mean, well, what I think this dude that's dressing up as a woman means is I think I'm a woman.
What do you think she means by woman?
Well, are you asking me what a woman is?
I'm asking you, what do you think the trans person means when she says the word woman?
Synth is really fucking heated. And like rightfully so, because this person, Pancho, is saying some really fucked up shit about trans people. So I can't even blame them for coming in here upset.
Bro, repeat that for me because I didn't know we were diving.
What do you think a trans person means when she says that she's a woman? What do you think the word woman means to the trans person?
Pancho, record this.
Yeah, record it.
Nah.
Guarantee you're not gonna upload this shit anywhere if you record it. You're gonna be fucking embarrassed. You're struggling on
trans woman mean no because it's such a stupid topic. So you're asking me.
It's such a stupid topic, but you're the one who wanted to talk about this. Do I have to remind the chat? This is something that Pancho chose to talk about on their own channel. Where's the original video that started this whole back and forth between me and Pancho? The original video that started this entire back and forth. I'm looking for it. It's right here. You're transphobic. Pancho started this conversation. Not even just this video. There's other videos they've done on trans people in the past. Pancho was the one that decided to jump into this conversation. And there are going to be people who disagree with you. Like myself. Like Synth. Like Bunk. You inserted yourself into this, my dude. Now you just gotta accept that, yeah, people disagree with you.
What is a trans woman?
Bro, you sound like a retard.
You sound really bad, Pancho. Just go ahead and answer the question. What does a trans woman mean when she says she's a woman?
Bro, let him cook, bro. Stop being rude and learn.
Bro, burnt it. I'm letting him cook. Go ahead, Pancho. Cook.
One more time for me.
What?
What is so hard to understand about that question? Why does Pancho... This is at least the third time that Pancho has asked Synth to repeat the question.
Pancho, cook.
One more time for me.
What does a trans woman mean when she says that she is a woman? What do you think that word woman means when the trans woman says it?
They think that they're a woman.
What do you think the word woman means? There we go. Let's go.
What they think it is. A woman is somebody who can reproduce.
That's not the question that I asked you. I'm not asking you what do you think it means.
Your question is irrelevant to what
the question is very relevant. I'm asking you a question and you can't answer it.
No, because I frankly don't care what delusion.
Look, if a person,
they think
Gimp in the chat says, "Oh my, he can't even process the question, bro." True. He's just the question in itself is confusing him.
Say, look, I'll give you a simple explanation and you can understand this. You're struggling, right? So if I say something like, by X, I mean 3.
Thinking that.
By X, I mean 3. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Veronica in the chat says he's buffering. Oh God, that reminds me. I gotta play a soundbite. It's not on my soundboard anymore, but I still have the sound. It would be perfect right now. Here we go. This is literally Pancho's brain right now. Listen. Am I wrong, chat? Damn.
These are really
questions.
What question? Sorry, what was my last question?
What does a trans person mean when they say they're a woman?
And you said you answered that question?
Bro, slow down, homie.
And you said you answered that question?
We get it. We get it, Pancho. You're kind of retarded. Your brain doesn't function at normal speed, so like you're having a hard time keeping up. We got it.
Hold on. Retard break. I need a retard break.
We totally understand, my dude.
You calling me nervous when you're clearly struggling through the argument's not going to make me sound more nervous. You can say I sound aggressive.
Talking fast is a clear indication.
I always talk fast. If you were confident in your argument, you wouldn't be like moving away from the topic. I'm just asking you a simple question.
I moved away from the topic.
Just now, you said that you answered all my questions. I asked you what my question was, and now I'm asking you, do you think you answered that? Because you said you gave a justification for why it was okay for you not to answer it.
I have one question, bro.
No, you don't get to ask me a question. Answer my question. What?
It's my fucking...
You fucking weasel. You're such a bitch. You're scared.
Are you a tranny?
You're scared. You're fucking terrible.
Oh, shit. Did he just call Synth a T-slur? I think he did.
Bro.
No, you don't get to ask me a question. Answer my question. What?
It's my fucking...
You fucking weasel. You're such a bitch. You're scared.
Are you a tranny?
You're scared.
Oh,
you're fucking terrified. You're terrified.
Remember, chat. Remember. Pancho's not transphobic, but he just used a transphobic slur.
As many of you know, I am retarded.
Jeez.
Pancho, he's the trend.
Look, this is a simple question. You said you've answered it. You know you haven't.
Wait, did he get the... He had, like, the kid said it too.
Yes, I do.
You gave a justification for why it was okay for you not to answer it. You said it's not relevant. Right? I'm asking you.
You're telling me, you're asking me.
The kids sounded like they were like 12, and they said that shit too.
A question like, why is 2 + 2 = 5? Why?
No, I'm not. I never asked you that. Look, no. if you asked me why does 2 + 2 = 5, I would say it's the definitions of those words.
You're a tranny arguing out of bad faith. So.
I'm arguing in bad faith? You're not even engaging.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, what have I said so far that's been dishonest?
Well, you're implying that trans people aren't delusional, so
yes.
That's dishonest.
Yeah, we're arguing about that now, and you can't substantiate the point. I'm having a really easy time arguing my position.
You're using big words to make everybody think you're smart when we're just...
Look, I'm not using big words to make you think I'm smart. I'm using big words because I'm used to using them and they're natural, right? Like, I read books. You're retarded, so it's different.
Look, Synth, you need to chill, all right? This person has the IQ of like a 5-year-old, okay? When you use these big words, you're confusing them, all right? They can't comprehend the words that are coming out of your mouth, Synth. Chill out. You're going over their head, man. Pancho's not that intelligent.
Now we're insulting. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what you just did, dummy.
What do you mean? What? He did not just call out... Pancho did not just call out Synth for using insults. My dude, you called them the T-slur earlier. What are you talking about?
You just... Wait, hold on. Now we're insulting? When you said I'm a tranny arguing in bad faith?
Exactly!
Oh my god, you fucking banned me. Holy shit. Fastest debate of my fucking...
They banned him! They banned Synth. They couldn't take the pressure, so they banned him.
Live. Damn. So that's I think his name is Pancho. Very large YouTuber, says a lot of stupid shit. Doesn't really like trans people very much. But I don't know that's bad. I thought he would have like arguments. I mean, I didn't think he'd have good ones, but I thought he would have some.
Shay in the chat says coping and seething. Yes, when it gets to the point that you've had so much pressure on you that you like literally ban the person who's questioning you on your dog shit arguments. Yeah, that's a pretty big cope and seethe.
You are coping.
I'd say that's a pretty big cope and seethe.
You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard.
Oh shit! Ooh.
Jeez Louise.
You guys heard his question.
Okay, so this is Bunk. This is when Bunk debates them, all right? Shout out to the homie Bunk. This is gonna get interesting, chat. This is going to get fucking interesting. Here we go.
heard his question. Listen. This is his psychology. He goes, what does a woman mean?
Gay Fashion in the chat says, I'm going to say since style of rapid fire questioning might be good for dunks, but it was always going to lead to that kind of ban. You got to finesse the CTE brained, and that stupid shit is in my way. YouTube, okay? Seriously. Move this shit. Move this shit so I can actually read it. CTE brain a little. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Fucking YouTube. Jeez.
Or what does a trans person mean when they call themselves a woman? Bro, what kind of question is that? Like,
it's a good question. It's a question that you refuse to answer.
Dude, what? Just say what you mean. Say what you mean.
What they mean is kind of obvious, right? It's like you're critiquing them for having some delusion. You say they believe this thing, asking for clarification on the term of what they believe is going to be important because there's equivocation between the two terms, right? So an example could be if I were to say, like, this bag I'm holding is really light, it's like a dark paper bag, and you were to say, oh, well, that dark paper bag is that's actually a dark bag, it's not a light bag. It'd be a equivocation between the two terms. I wouldn't have a false belief. You could just ask me, like, well, what do they mean whenever they say it's a light paper bag? Well, whenever they say light, they're referring to the weight of the
bro has object. Destiny on 24/7.
No, not even willing to have the conversation. Let's just start with the dunks. Let's compare them to Destiny just because they can formulate a better argument than you can. Okay, buddy. Jeez.
I can hear it in the mannerisms. I can hear it in everything. But no, I mean, really, what it was
literally anything I just said. Or are you just gonna whine about me sounding like Destiny?
Okay, so, bro, we're playing the whole holy shit. Response, right? So what's funny? Yeah, exactly. There's no response because I'm already set on my.
Crystal Radcliffe in the chat says the question is, does Pancho know what a delusion is? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think Pancho knows anything at this point. I think all he knows how to do is milk vegan teacher for views so that he can blow up to like a 1 million+ YouTube channel, and then like that's pretty much it. Oh, and then like do content where he like makes fun of kids and shit like that.
Believe with it.
Dog, I know you said your belief. I'm asking you for justification.
He's basically like modern day Leafy, but just not as successful.
Dog, Destiny Walker confirmed, bro. It's so obvious, bro. Just at least admit that.
Crying so hard right now.
I feel like, hold on,
what you said.
Let's speak on this.
You have no argument for this. Why do you talk about this issue, dude? Why do you go on? Why do you publish?
Because it involves kids. That was the only reason why I talked about it.
You have no idea what the fuck's going on. How do you even know if it involves kids?
Yes, he does.
It does.
He does.
It does, bro.
What's the video, bro?
For real.
Sorry.
Watch the video and you would know.
That's cool.
Sorry. What do you think is the problem that's going on right now? Okay. Let's have a conversation about that. So we understand you don't know whether trans people are delusional or not. You've got no clue. There's no reason for you to believe that. Nothing there.
Yes, I mean, I truly do believe it because they're confused about something as they're confused about something as concrete. The fact that we're even debating this is retarded because I didn't even want to in the first place. But hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm answering.
All right.
So the reason why I think they're delusional is because they're confused about something as concrete and as stable and static as your gender that you're created with at birth. But since
what's really like dumb about this is like he himself said in his like original video that he acknowledges that gender dysphoria exists, right? So it doesn't make sense to me that you can acknowledge that yes, gender dysphoria exists and it's a real thing, and then turn around and say that they're delusional for being trans, right? Like, how can someone explain to me how that makes any fucking sense whatsoever? Literally acknowledging that gender dysphoria exists, but trans people are still somehow delusional for being trans, and I don't get it.
You think they're confused with what gender they were assigned at birth? Are you sure?
Moose in the chat says it's actually worse that he thinks it's a real thing. Yes, exactly, because it doesn't make sense. It's a fucking contradiction. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think when they say that they're a trans woman? What do you think that means?
Shay in the chat says my sources I made it the fuck up. True.
Nice argument. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I mean, to be fair, he did provide a source. he said that Judith Butler, a gay woman who in his opinion is biased because she's gay, did all the transgender studies. Meanwhile, Judith Butler didn't do a single transgender study. She was a philosopher. She wrote books. Or she is a philosopher who wrote books. Like, no transgender studies, though.
So you're asking me what a trans woman is? It's a man who tries to act like a woman.
Oh yeah, it's someone who's assigned male at birth. So it doesn't sound like they're
Maybe Pancho is delusional for claiming that a woman did all the transgender studies, even though she hasn't done a single study. Maybe Pancho's the one that's delusional here.
confused. It sounds like they know that they're assigned male at birth. Since they're painfully aware of it.
Okay, we're not playing the word game. You knew exactly what I meant. You're just trying to make me look stupid.
I'm clarifying the terms. You're playing the word game. That's what happens at all.
Oh my god. Uber in the chat says, my source is Judith Butler, and there was a Jew. Oh no. Oh no.
You knew exactly what I meant, bro.
I know exactly,
you knew exactly what I meant.
We're equivocating between two terms again. I totally understood what you were doing.
Moose says in before he starts JQing. Oh god.
What I was saying was somebody who was confused about their own gender that they were created with.
Well, what are they confused about?
And you...
It's clearly
I just said.
It's clearly not their birth sex. No, he said the birth sex, but then he acknowledged they know their birth sex. So I'm asking what they're confused about.
They're confused and misidentifying what they were created to be and created as.
To be? To be?
Yeah.
By what?
Boys turn into men, girls turn into women, right?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you say they're created to be something. That's intent. Where's the intent?
Oh my gosh. See, the word game again, dude. You're holding on to singular words I use just because I don't speak like...
He's so dumb, chat.
Hold on. Retard break. I need a retard break. Give me a retard break for like 2 fucking minutes, okay? I can't keep listening to fucking retards.
Oh shit! He's so dumb.
Like I'm reading a dictionary 24/7 and you don't understand my actual point.
No, I understand. I understand the point.
Okay, then address the point and don't address the word games. Come on, dude. I'm actually taking...
He's getting triggered, chat. He's genuinely getting triggered.
You serious? Because you're not insulting me.
I'm trying to be really nice.
I know I'm making a...
Okay. So,
well, it's not about being nice, it's being about logical. But go on, I'm playing the word game now. Shit.
I got you.
I'm playing the word game now. It's contagious, dude.
It's fucking...
He's genuinely getting upset. You can hear him getting upset.
That shit'll fucking... That'll actually hospitalize you. No, the problem is when you say things like intended, like what they should be, right? They're like, they should grow up to be. That's... When we use that word, we mean it when it's like indexed to some kind of goal, right? I'm asking, like, what is that goal?
Are you asking what the goal is to be a man and a woman?
No, like, yeah, if I were to say like, hey dude, you should get up, we have to go, right? The reason you should get up is because if you don't get up, we cannot go.
Okay, let's focus on the question.
I'm trying to clarify, so I'm just using like
well, I know what you mean. So typically when it comes to boys turning into men and girls turning into women, they grow up and they adapt to different traits. For example, a naturally masculine man, for example, is confident, he's responsible, he has focus, he's very logical, right? And that's typically like those are masculine traits, right? And I understand that life is a balance, right? Yeah. There's women with masculine traits and there's men with feminine traits. But
yeah,
essentially that's what I mean. Like they go towards their natural progressions, a natural feminine.
How does any of this explain that trans people are delusional? Because you got to remember, that's the point he's trying to make. He's trying to prove his argument that trans people are delusional. So how does any of this prove that? I don't know.
And I'd say it's something like unconditional love, right? They're nurturing, They have a lot of kindness.
Oh my god, Bobo, the chat says, where's his logical trait? It's missing. It's missing in action. It has yet to be found.
They're intuitive and shit.
Yeah, sure. I think you could.
What's your point?
Yeah, so now I understand what you're actually trying to get at here. So I think that there is some kind of degree where people's birth sex does play a role in the ways that they tend to act and behave. But I also think that to some degree, people can act and behave outside of those given categorizations. I think that the people who are trans, it seems kind of obvious to me that they have some kind of desire to act in a way that's actually completely not aligned with that set of characteristics and that set of goals.
And that's fine. You don't have to be confused. You can take those traits, right?
They know for a fact that they don't want to be that. They don't want to be classified in the way that
No, here's my point. There can be women with masculine traits and men with feminine traits. But that doesn't mean you
But
have
that's not the same. Like if you have like a masculine woman, maybe she like goes to the gym and she's like swole as fuck, but she still like identifies as a woman. Like there's no gender dysphoria there. It's just like, I am a woman. I just happen to be a very strong woman, right? Or maybe you have like, you know, a man who's like in touch with his feminine side, right? But he still very much identifies as a man, right? There's no gender dysphoria there. It's just, I'm a man. I just happen to be kind of feminine for a man. That's not the same thing.
confuse something as concrete as your gender, because that's not changing. It doesn't change. We have a bunch of studies that are put into place by lesbians that dictate that, and we don't even point.
It's kind of like I'll use myself as an example, right? Like most men, when you think of a man, you think of like a tough, like machismo type or whatever. I'm a guy who's a little bit more in touch with like my emotions and stuff like that. I don't have a problem like expressing my emotions, right? But I'm not trans because of that. Just because I'm a little bit more emotional than your average like guy, I'm not trans because of that. Like, what is he saying?
An eye, if raise an eyebrow to if these studies are even biased or not. We just look at them. The studies say this, the studies say that. Yeah, well, the studies were conducted by a dyke, bro. I mean,
oh, we got another slur now. Holy shit! But I did talk to Bunk because I've already seen this debate. I did talk to Bunk and I'm like, I really wish you would have pushed him on the source of the studies, because he keeps saying Judith Butler did the studies and Judith Butler didn't do any studies. So that was kind of a missed opportunity in my opinion. Granted, Bunk does a very good job of like, you know, holding him to like this position. But like, I do wish that he was kind of pushed on like, hey, by the way, the woman you said did all the studies, she didn't do any studies.
Okay, real quick.
Go on though. What were you saying?
All right, sorry. No, it feels like you cut me off, but I don't want to be super interrupted.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you could have just completely not. I was just trying to really hard get at the rebuttal because it kind of felt like it was just rapid fire off a bunch of points. But the first thing that you said, to recall back to that, is you said that they had some kind of confusion about it. I think we already established they're not confused about anything.
That'd be typical. The chat says, damn, trying to get the whole rainbow of LGBT slurs. Oh my god, true. We're gonna get an F slur any second now, chat. It doesn't actually happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. It doesn't, because again, I've already watched this, but it would not surprise me if we did.
No, we haven't established that. They're completely confused about their own gender.
Wait, hold on. When you say their own gender, what does gender mean there?
What you're asking?
Yeah, because I use gender in a different way that you use gender. I'm pretty sure. Gender mean here?
Yeah, exactly. It's your biological.
But
let me look it up.
But we already.
Let me see what Google has to say.
Like biological sex, I understand. So, but
oh my god, he doesn't know. He doesn't have any idea of what gender actually is. So he's like, let me Google that.
Yeah,
that's earlier in the conversation. You'll recall, right? They know their biological sex, so that can't be what the.
What if the Google search result contradicted what he believes to be gender, though? That would be pretty bad.
Well, we'd also have new studies that say they're separate, and I don't agree with that either. I think they're completely the same thing. I think gender has always been just another way of saying sex, but then we had a bunch of people on the other side saying that it's otherwise, and they make up these mental gymnastic studies about how it's different.
So,
when I think.
Those aren't a study
Sorry, go on.
So those aren't a study thing. That's like an academic consensus thing. So they just have to like have a word for it. I don't really care if you disagree with the word use. I don't really care about that. I don't like to play the like silly language game where we go back and forth. That's why I'm asking you what you mean by terms, because I think that that's more important than like us both using a term that we.
Chase in the chat says Pancho's dialogue tree is a stump. Oh my god.
Both think we understand what they mean.
It's so simple, but you make it so complicated, bro. It's so simple. Gender, we know what gender is. We know what sex is. But they psyop you into thinking it's more complicated.
You know what gender is, but you literally said you had to Google it because you didn't know. Oh no.
Complicated. Because it's really not. When we're going through our day-to-day lives, you see men, you see women, and it's as simple as that. I don't think we need to overlook it and take it so serious and go into intricate detail and act like a bunch of
women. But that's not what we're disputing here, right? There are different things that we can talk about.
Yes, that is gender.
Talk about society.
That is gender.
Yeah, we can talk about that aspect of gender. We can also talk about people's alignment with given social categorizations. That's an aspect of gender people need to research. And then there's also different ways that we can use gender. It's like a sex classification. Right? These are all different ways that the word gender is used in academia. Sometimes it's used a little bit less so when it comes to sex than it used to be, because they want to have that distinction, because it doesn't really matter what word they're using. They're describing something that very much so isn't sex. Right? When they're describing like
oh my god, Esmond M in the chat says, can't we all just be stupid? True!
Hold on, retard break. I need a retard break. Give me a retard break for like 2 fucking minutes, okay? I can't keep listening to fucking retards.
Oh shit! He just wants us to be just as dumb as he is.
I would ask you, let's say Pancho, that like I'm talking to you on an off day, and I say like, Pancho, what the fuck are you doing? Be a real man, or something like that, or like be a man.
Momo in the chat says, wow, academia can be dismissed by transphobic YouTuber who knew. True.
I'm asking you there, right? As I'm not asking you to have some biological trait changed about you. What I'm asking you to do is to fulfill a set of societal expectations we were talking about earlier in the
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
But like when I talk about the set of
but it's not even it's not even a societal, it's not just a societal whatever you said. It's also just somebody going through their own path that's natural, right? That's a natural progression.
Well, for some,
I mean, by default, I mean, men are stronger than women, so it makes sense that, you know, we focus on things like inner strength, because biologically, it's already proven that on average we're stronger, so it makes sense. And on average, women are also more emotional, for better or for worse. I mean, I think it's beautiful, it's part of life, right? Kumbaya. But that's why we focus on being more logical, and we leave the emotions and the unconditional love and the allowingness and emotionalness, whatever you say, to them. And it's not even about a societal expectation, it's just our natural progression. Men are strong, women are emotional and loving, and we're confident, and that's just how.
Oh, he's going down the Andrew Tate pipeline. Oh shit, speaking of Andrew Tate, something actually interesting got posted to Twitter in relation to Andrew Tate. Rare Andrew Tate W. I know that sounds insane, but you'll see what I mean when you see the clip. Check this out. Andrew Tate called Aiden Ross a bigot for tweeting there are only 2 genders.
Switches on me because I'm saying these tweets. There's 2 genders and, you know, all these things, and now everyone's calling me an enemy and all these crazy things. I don't have anyone to talk to, bro. Who's my role model? Who the fuck am I to, who can I look up to, bro? I have no one.
Did you just say there's 2 genders?
Yeah.
You're a fucking bigot. That is disgusting. Where did you get that idea? Where would you come up with the crazy idea that there's only 2 genders? Where'd that even get into your brain? Dude, you should know better.
Aiden looks so confused. He's like, wait, I thought you knew this.
It's people like you constantly spreading hate and bigotry with your false science that are damaging to the...
Okay, I actually thought this was just like a meme at first. I actually thought this was a meme, and then he starts talking about how like gender's like a spectrum, and then I was like, oh, he's serious. He's actually Rare Andrew Tate W.
Lives of so many innocent young children out there in the world today. I want you to know that I'm extremely disgusted with you. It was bad enough you didn't write to me. And then when I was in fucking jail, you're spreading bigotry.
Okay, so how many genders are there, bro?
It's a spectrum.
What?
It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. Ask your friends. Who are all your friends? Fucking all those weirdos.
Nobody anymore. I have nobody anymore.
All these weirdos with the long hair. They're all fucking nerds and they're all psychos.
Augie RC has Pancho on right now. Oh, so Pancho can go on Augie's show, but he can't talk to me and defend his position. What a bitch.
Strange to take drugs and shit. All these fucking weirdos. Talk to them.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
It's a spectrum. Dummy. You blind? Are you blind? Can't you see? It's a spectrum.
Some people in the chat think it's like it's a troll or it's sarcasm. Who knows? Maybe it is, but
You think you just walk through life and see men and women? It's a fucking spectrum.
Jesus. Anyway, let's get back to this.
How it is. I mean, that's just, these are masculine and feminine traits, obviously, right? We're not even diving into the gender part of it. Obviously, they can.
Daisy B in the chat says, I'm sorry, is Tate actually saying this? I'm in shock, was not expecting this. I know, it caught me off guard too. And to be fair, it could be trolling. There's a good possibility it could be a troll. But I don't know. It's hard to know because I haven't seen the full stream.
Intertwine, but just because you're a girl that has some masculine traits, say you have even more masculine traits than feminine traits, that doesn't mean you're a fucking guy. It just means you're a masculine woman, right?
So he thinks that like gender dysphoria is just based off of their like traits. Like if it's like a woman who's like really buff, for example, that's what causes that's not what causes gender dysphoria. Like he has no idea what he's talking about.
And dude,
there are plenty of women who are very like masculine type women. And there are plenty of men who are very feminine type women. They have traits that are feminine in nature, or like women who have traits that are masculine in nature, but that doesn't make you have gender dysphoria.
To be honest, dude, when we're even
over a bunch of different things, and I would really like to address all of them.
Well, it's simple. It's not. No, it's
all of them off at me. You know.
So you disagree with most of what I said?
I disagree with some of it. It's like very minor disagreement. I think like
then we can't. I don't.
You don't even know what.
Dude, I'm not a professional. I know. Listen. Okay, listen though. Listen.
Yeah, you've been like spitting off like 20 million points. I've been trying to get back.
Let Pancho speak, my guy.
Bro, he's been talking for the last 10 minutes, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking like brain dead fan, just like, yo, let him speak. He's been speaking this whole time. Like what?
Bro, I sat here.
No, can you at least admit one thing? Can you at least admit one thing, bro? You watch a lot of Destiny. I can smell it, bro. Even in your speech, bro.
Way back when I used to, but no, not recently. No.
Bro sucked in all the Destiny juice and said, "All right, I've collected enough intellect."
Unreal, dude. I don't know.
Someone in the chat said, "Bo Black's let me speak moment." True.
Let me speak. Some of Destiny's positions are a little bit.
Dude, to be honest, I don't even like discussing these things, dude, because I'm
don't
fine.
like discussing these things. Again, nobody put these videos on your channel but you. You're the one who chose to talk about trans stuff. That was you, Pancho. Like how many videos has Pancho done on trans people? This was you. You put these videos. There's a trans video. There's a trans video. There's one about transgender stuff. You're transphobic, the one that started this whole dialogue. Like, you put these videos on your channel. So you can't just say, oh, I don't want to talk about this stuff. You already talked about it. That was you who put these videos on your channel.
On how I believe it, and I don't want to debate it. Well, it's as simple as that.
That's fine.
And
oh my fuck, bro, I'm not gonna get a word out.
The only delusional one in the situation is Pancho. Very true, Daisy B. Very true.
Go for it.
Well, because I'm not done talking, because I speak at a normal pace, and when you chime in and say something,
you're literally like you're talking too fast for me, bro. My slow dial-up brain can't keep up. Do I gotta bring the sound bit back up, chat? Do I gotta bring the sound bite back up? Here we go. Here we go.
think I'm done speaking when I'm not. So that's when you stop yourself into thinking that I'm interrupting you.
Homeboy. It was like fucking, it was like at least a minute between that and your last monologue. I'm sorry. Just tell me whenever I can get a word in, okay?
Moo says in before he starts prescribing going to the gym as gender affirming care. You must have missed the last video. You must have missed the last video because he literally did that. He literally said there is real gender affirming care and it's going to the gym. I kid you not, he actually fucking said that.
Nah, I mean, all I was saying was I don't even want to debate it. I don't care. I really don't.
Gotcha. But the thing is like you go and you publicly talk about these issues, which I think have a lot of things that we can go into and like we can dive in and we can explore.
Talked about them,
and it kind of feels really, really weird that to go publicly talk about them all and like make a ton of content showing your opinions about it, and then not be willing to like try and actually look into the issue and see if there are perspectives on the issue, right? Like if I were to make a shit ton of videos where I talked about like fucking like Russia and Ukraine or something I don't know fuck all about, right? And then people would be like, hey, you're kind of mistaken on this. Can like I try and explain to you why I think you're mistaken? And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking talk about that. I'm good with how I think about it right now. It kind of feels like I'm treating the issue less so as like an actual issue that I care about, and more so as like a pop thing that like is just like it's like the meme where it's the fucking
kind of like a grift. It comes off as a grift. Like, hey, I'm gonna put my opinion out there, and if anybody challenges my opinion, I don't even want to fucking talk about it. I'm just gonna live in my ignorance, right? I'm just gonna exist in my fucking ignorance, and there you go.
An NPC guy who's that's the chip swapped out or whatever the fuck. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know.
I understand. Yeah. See, when it comes to talking about how, I'm willing to talk about these things, but when it starts off with the fact that a lot of these people who disagree can't even acknowledge the fact that they're confused about something so concrete, it shows me that we can't get anywhere. We can't go anywhere because they automatically run with the idea that they're not confused about anything and they're justified in their belief system. And it's like just a whole bunch of mental gymnastics that fuels that whole side of the argument. So it's like, it's literally just fighting with like logic and
almost says Tipster calling it an opinion is too kind. It's a delusion. Yeah, true.
delusion.
Fair.
So that's why I don't, because I know in my mind when I have Tipster and all these people talking about me on Twitter.
Oh my God, Chad, I got mentioned. I live rent free in this motherfucker's head. Like, I'm convinced at this point, like, this guy goes to sleep, and right as he's about to fall asleep, you know, like his eyes are closed, they've been closed for a while, and right as he's about to go under, he just instantly, boom, he gets an image of my face, and it like startles him and like wakes him back up. Like, dude, I'm supposedly irrelevant, but this guy can't stop. He literally, do I have to bring up the clip chat again? Do I have to bring up the clip again? He literally begged his chat, please, for the love of God, please stop talking about Tipster. We're done with Tipster, chat. Please stop talking about Tipster. We're over it with Tipster. Do I have to bring up the clip again? Here's the clip. He's so bent out of shape by me that like he literally had to beg his chat to stop talking about me.
Something they call sunshine.
I'm looking at chat. This is the last time I'm gonna bring this fucker up, bro. This fat hunk of shit. I got people talking in the chat saying, Tipster's using you for attention. Have you seen Tipster's live title? Bro, why are y'all even looking? Why the fuck do y'all even care? Bro, we breezed past him. Right? We already know what's up with.
But chat, remember, I'm irrelevant, chat. I'm irrelevant. I am under this motherfucker's skin so hardcore right now, but I'm fucking irrelevant.
Tipster? Homeboy's a Redditor. He's a Discord mod. He's 36. 36, bro. Why are we even talking about him? Couldn't tell you. But you guys are in chat talking about him. Only reason he's even a topic here on the channel is because he had a problem with my video.
Yeah, I did.
So
I thought you were transphobic. Literally begging his chat to stop talking about me, dear Lord. And then I get mentioned in this debate with fucking Bunk. Oh my God.
I just know I can't get anywhere with these people because it's a dead end, right? Or it's a endless tunnel of just different mental gymnastics arguments. Like, especially when, you know, it's so emotionally driven as well. Like the fact that I called trans people delusional, which is something so simple, and Tipster was like, oh, this guy definitely hates transgenders just because I said that.
Yeah, because I believe you do. I genuinely believe you do. You said that they're delusional and that by us basically saying they should have access to gender affirming care, we're playing into their delusions, my dude. Like, how are you supposed to see that as anything other than hateful? What?
Instead of saying something was like, well, why do you think they're delusional, Pancho? Like, that set the tone
That's
for the
why I wanted to have the conversation with you, so I could ask you questions just like that one.
whole thing with him, right?
But then again, we could already see it wouldn't do any good because, like, Bunk basically asked him those questions and he couldn't answer them. He couldn't answer them. He gave this like roundabout bullshit about, like, you know, men having masculine traits and women having feminine traits and like all this dumb shit that had nothing to do with the question. Why do you think trans people are delusional? And it's like, what does any of that have to do with the question that Bunk fucking asked you? It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Probably decline the conversation. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah,
Of course, and I think most people know that. They're like, dude, why would you talk to this little cow? The fact that I even gave him attention, I still regret. I'm like, oh my god, now he's just constantly lurking and polishing me and shit. It's like,
no, you don't regret it. You don't regret it because I'm, quote, getting attention from you or anything like that. That's not why you regret it. I'll tell you why you regret it. This is why you regret it. You were hoping nobody would find this. You were hoping nobody would find this because you edited it out of your video. But Keffels and I found it. Uber in the chat found it.
You know who started the idea of transgenderism?
Who started it, Pancho?
This is the only reason you regret it.
I'm gonna just put the emoji in chat.
What?
That's who started them.
He put... Oh, no. No! Holy shit! He's JQing! He's literally a fucking Nazi! Holy shit. Tipster, did you know that he did that?
No,
during his stream?
I didn't find it out until her stream. I didn't see it until her stream. That's why he regrets it.
Oh my god.
That's why he regrets it. This isn't about entertaining or responding to a lol cow or anything like that, because he had no problem putting out a video calling me a social justice warrior for calling him transphobic or anything like that. The only moment where he expressed any regret for engaging in this conversation is when these clips started coming out. That's why he regrets it, chat. That's why.
Relax.
The thing is, though, I think that it's a really hard claim to defend that trans people are delusional, because I feel like it's happening in a lot of these conversations. And I think you said it really, it's like a language game that people are playing, which is why I try to be really clear.
And the studies.
That I use. Well, we can talk about the studies later. I'm pretty well versed on the studies.
I don't want to talk about it at all, bro. To be honest, I don't care enough.
We don't have to talk about any of the academia.
Why did you want to talk about it before? But you don't want to talk about it now? Why? What changed your mind, Pancho? What changed your mind? You did all these streams talking about it. You did all these videos talking about it. You even did videos responding to people who called you out for it, talking about it. This video. What else? There's tons of videos talking about this stuff. But now you don't want to talk about it, dude? Now you don't want to talk about it anymore. Interesting.
Yeah, we can just.
I like that you're cool though. Like, you're not a fucking weirdo about it, autist about it. Like, I mean, you talk pretty fast and use big words to describe such simple things. But hey, I mean, at least you're not like tipster.
I got mentioned again. I live rent free in his fucking head. I literally live rent free in this guy's head. But I'm irrelevant, chat. You gotta remember, the tip, fucking irrelevant, my dude.
And fat Wojak, right?
Sure. Well, fat Wojak. I'm not fat, okay? I'm like
oh, he called me the fat Wojak. Which, by the way, after he did that, we embraced that shit. Where is it? Somebody drew like a funny meme of that shit. Or they photoshopped a funny meme of that shit. Here we go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Jeez. I'm being told right now, by the way, Augie said on stream he agrees with Pancho. Remember, chat, Augie got really upset when Clara challenged him, when Keffels challenged him, and said that he was transphobic. But I'm being told now that apparently on Augie's stream, Augie said he agrees with Pancho. But Augie's not transphobic, guys. Remember that shit.
So
thank God.
Let's get to a weightlifter guy. So the
hell yeah.
Well, what was it? No, I feel like a lot of the times when I come into these conversations, it's like if somebody were to say, "Hey guys, I flew on a plane yesterday," and I have somebody else come into the room and say like, "Wait, you think that you flew on a plane yesterday? You sat down on like a flat like place of grass and you started flying? Absolutely not. You're delusional as shit." And it's like, okay, wait. When they said plane, they don't mean the same thing as what you meant when you say plane, and that's what like really frustrating, I think. Yeah.
It's very okay. Yeah, my channel is where I shit out my thoughts, dude. I'm not a politician. I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want though, and you know that's just how I look at it, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
And I've very clearly stated because the problem with that they'll have is but you're radicalizing this, you're doing this, you're influencing this way. Dude, I make it very clear during all my videos where I dive into controversial topics, like, dude, I have no pure hatred for any of these people. I hope they get the help they need, and not once, because the help they need is
so you don't hate these people and you want them to get the help they need, right? But you're also saying it's delusional for them to get the help they need.
Apparently, you know, getting surgery to get their private parts removed, which is so crazy. That's like the end of the line. That's like the end of the road with these people, you know?
You say that you wait, hold on. You say that you don't want to talk about like the studies, and you're like, but now, like, you're making claims with the medicine. No, it's driving me crazy.
Okay, well, it's because we're on the topic of it, dude. But it's really irrelevant. We can move past it. Truly.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm not like.
But hey, man, you've been cool.
Yeah, I'm not interested. You've been really chill. The times that we talked, I think we talked like only once on Augie's stream or something like that. But yeah, you seem pretty chill. I don't know. I just think that some of the things about the trans issues are mistaken. But I don't know. You don't seem to be willing to dive super deep into it. But I think, I guess in conclusion, I think that
we disagree. We disagree. It's as simple as that, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I think we disagree. But I think it's the case that it's a very, very hard claim to justify that trans.
We disagree, my friend. It's as simple as that.
I agree that we disagree.
Yeah.
And see, now you agree with me, asshole. now I'm wrong. Fuck you. Yeah. I don't know. It was a good chat, though. All right.
Yeah. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. Peace, my dude. Have a good night.
Okay, so that was kind of interesting, chat. Like, I don't know. It's just funny. This whole thing's been, like, really, really funny to watch. I still don't understand the logic of, like, you can, in his case, acknowledge that gender dysphoria exists. Because that's what he said. He does acknowledge that gender dysphoria exists, right? But he thinks that people getting gender-affirming care for their gender dysphoria is delusional. I still don't understand that disconnect. That sounds like a huge contradiction for me. But I don't know. Good job for Bunk. Very well done debate. Again, I would have liked to see Bunk push him more on the fact that he keeps saying like Judith Butler did, quote, all the transgender studies, even though she literally didn't do a single study. So I would have liked to see Pancho pushed on that more. But having said that, you know, it is what it is. I think for the most part, Bunk did a pretty good job in this debate. So major props to Bunk. Let's get some 07s in the chat for our boy Bunk.